You seen what's going on in Peru? Find a seat. New digs. There are new ancient Nazca lines. And that weird three-fingered mummy, confirmed authentic, but not entirely human. So Peru is leading the charge in rewriting history, and the entire country is pretty much an archaeological site. If you Google terrace farming, you'll see the ancient Peruvians terraformed the entire mountain landscape of the country into usable farmland. And peppered throughout all of that are very weird carvings, very geometric shapes carved into very hard rocks. We don't know what they're used for. Somehow they were able to move, shape, and cut these rocks, and we don't know how they did it. According to the Incas' good Spanish friends, the only animals they had were llamas. They did not have timber, and they did not use the wheel for transportation. The only metal tools that they found would easily bend on andesite and diorite. They told of an extensive tunnel system at Sacsayhuaman. They call this place a fortress, despite it looking like a massive machine. And the tunnels they found are so cleverly hidden, you probably wouldn't even notice that they were not a natural formation unless you went into them. Which is what this is. This is a LiDAR scan of those tunnels. And what you can clearly see here is a stairway. This may be the entrance to the Chincanas, a 1 mile long tunnel connecting Sacsayhuaman to the Coricancha, a place their Spanish pals built a cathedral over. It protects some of the most advanced stonework on the planet. To the south, some ancient lines are drawn in the desert. These are called the Nazca lines. These can only be accurately interpreted from the air, and they're usually in the shapes of animals. But these new ones seem to be a geometric code of some sort, completely different from the ones we already know about. Nazca people believe these lines connected them to divine beings that we have labeled as their gods. The remains of these beings are very strange. They have elongated heads. Initially, we thought this was from head binding. But think of the skull like a plastic cup. If you fill it up with water, you can bend it and it'll hold the same amount of water. These hold 30% more water. This was determined to be a different species from a fetus that they found that already had the elongated head. It couldn't have been modified before. When these beings are depicted in Peruvian art, they always have 3 fingers, which is quite the coincidence because Maria happens to be one of these mummies and she has 3 fingers. One guy said these were fake, and after 9 years of study, that claim has been dismissed and overturned, and they are biologically authentic. Over at the digs, luminescence dating is being performed. The goal is to see if these were built before the Younger Dryas cataclysmic event. Overwhelming evidence is suggesting a comet or asteroid hit us, ending the Ice Age. The survivors of this event would be these people. To confirm the accounts from the ancient Egyptians and ancient Americans. Both cultures explicitly state this if you listen to the natives of those countries. Scientific analysis leaves out context, and the mythological perspective leaves out detail. This page intends to bridge that gap with a respect to both. All my personal research and analysis is right there, and I promise you there is.
So I see that guy's stuff all the time, and he's got some pretty good information there. You know, I'd love to have a conversation with him, but go ahead and give that a share. Pretty good. I want to hear from my South Americans. What do y'all think?